Hello. Today's webinar, we want to discuss what's new in the Dynamics CRM 2015 release. My name is Tom Lemerond. I'm a technical sales consultant at Ledgeview Partners. Here at Ledgeview, all we focus on is CRM. We focus both on Dynamics CRM and Salesforce. But today, we really want to focus on Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2015, the enhancements that they did, and the upgrade, and some additional upgrade information. So today we're going to be focusing on user interface, business process flows, hierarchy and roll-up fields, calculated fields, business rules, Outlook synchronization, and enhancements to the mobile. After that, we'll discuss some of the schedule details and then talk about some of the upgrade considerations. Looking at the enhancements to the user interface, there was two main ones that were made. One was moving the Advanced Find button up to the navigation bar. Also, a bigger one is adding a multi-entity search. If you look at the example right here on the screen, is that this multi-entity search is very similar to what the CRM 2013 tablet has, but now it's going to be available within the client. Another enhancement they made was to the business process flow. The biggest thing is what they added branching to this, meaning that they had if-else logic within here. What this allows you to do is to dynamically change the process flow based on information entered in on the previous stage that they were working with. So this allows you to add additional stages to branch out based on information put into, again, into the business process flow. The other enhancement that they did was now you can use the client API to access a business process flow and make modifications. They did add a hierarchy visualization. Now, they technically had a hierarchy built in previous versions of CRM, especially on the account. So you had your account, and you could set who the parent account would be. This was a hierarchy that CRM had by default. Now, this allows you to visualize those hierarchies. Now, more than just the account and child account hierarchy, you can add this visualization to any entity or custom entity within CRM. Along with the visualization, they did add something called roll-up fields. For our example, we're going to show you how it interacts with a hierarchy, but what this allows you to do is pretty much take information from a child records and roll it up to the parent records. Another enhancement they added was called calculated fields. Now, within setting up fields on a form, you're able to make them calculated, and this can be done on text fields, date fields, number fields, and currency fields. If you look at this example right here, it is doing a calculation on total hours. And it's just saying if total hours is less than or equal to 40, then you can just do the rate times the total hours. Otherwise, if they worked more than 40 hours, you can do a more complex calculation as shown on the screen. Now, the nice thing about this is that there's no code involved. This is all done through wizards within CRM. And also, why this is nice is that this is actually set on the server side. So if you do data imports, if you do workflows that make changes to other fields, all those get calculated behind the scenes, unlike where you had to do JavaScript in previous versions of CRM, and that was only when the user was accessing this particular record. This is now server-based, and it's triggered when that field is touched. Now what I want to do is actually go into CRM 2015 and show you some of the things that we just talked about. Look at the advanced find, the global search, look at the business process flow, the hierarchy, and the calculated fields. So looking at CRM 2015, the layout is very similar to 2013. So you still have your navigation bar on top, then you have your command bar, and then you have your grids. So the look and feel of CRM 2015 is the same as CRM 2013. What they did enhance, though, is up here on the navigation bar is here is your global search, and here is your advanced find. So if I just click on the advanced find button, it brings up the standard advanced find window that we're all used to in CRM 2013. So the advanced find didn't change, just how you access it changed, and it's a lot easier to find now compared to trying to find it within the command bar of whatever entity you're looking at. The bigger enhancement is this global search. So if I go in here and start type in star datum and hit enter, it's going to search across the entities that I have defined within my settings. If you look here, it brought back accounts, contacts, and projects. Now accounts and contacts, of course, are out-of-the-box entities. Projects is a custom entity that I added. I just want to show you that you can have this global search go against out-of-the-box entities, also custom entities. This filter with, this shows you what entities you are currently doing the global search against. And then you can also set this to, filter, let's say I only want to bring back accounts. I don't care about my other entities. I can just select accounts and it just brings back the filter for that particular area. Now, like I mentioned before, this can be set up, these lists of entities can be set up within the settings area, the same area where you set them up when you were doing the global search for the tablet application. All right, the next area that I want to show you is the business process flow changes. So I'm going to go to opportunities. Opportunity is one of the most common entity that we use the business process flow on, but as you know, a business process flow can be added to any entity within CRM. I'm going to click New. And coming up is our standard business process flow for an opportunity. If you notice, we have qualify, we have develop, we have propose, and we have close. Those are just the out-of-the-box stages that we have within an opportunity. What I did here was that I added some logic to this business process flow to saying that if they had an estimated budget of $50,000 or more, I wanted some additional information. So to do that is if I put an estimated budget in here of $65,000 and just tab out of it, notice how it added a new stage called extra information. So I was able to configure now the business process flow to say if the estimated budget is greater than $50,000, add this extra information stage. Now if I change my estimated budget down to less than $50,000 and tab out of it, it takes away that stage. So as you can see, this can be a very powerful tool for you to really make your business process flows dynamic based on how you want your sales processes to be run. The next area I want to show you are the hierarchy visualizations within CRM. So I'm going to switch over to accounts. Once I'm in accounts, the only change that you're really going to notice is that on the far left, we're going to have this hierarchy icon on any of the accounts that have a hierarchy set up against them. Now, all accounts can have the hierarchy set. It just shows you the visualization if there's actually a parent-child relationship set between the accounts. So if you just look high level, I have this A-Datum Corporation account. And then above that, I have A-Datum New York and A-Datum Los Angeles. So if I just click on this hierarchy, it shows me a visualization that I have the corporate, and then I have my two children. Now you can go multiple levels deep, and this visualization chart will show you those. And you can have, again, my example only has 3, but you can have many, many accounts in this hierarchy, and it will show you the visualization. A couple of other items on here is that you are able to control what fields are shown on here. There's actually a form now that's for this hierarchy. Currently, you can only have up to 4 fields displayed on there, but you can manage what 4 fields are displayed through the forms area within settings. If you actually click on this icon, it will open the record that you're looking at. So now this opens up my corporation account record, and as you know, this looks like the same CRM 2013 form. So the forms and the look and feel of CRM 2015 did not change drastically from 2013. I'm going to go back to my accounts area. And I'm going to open up this corporate account again. From inside this account record, I'm going to show you the last two features I'm going to show you within CRM 2015. One is the roll-up field, and the other is the calculated fields. So right here, up here in the header, we have this annual revenue field. This is a standard out-of-the-box field that all accounts have that you could be setting in any of your previous versions of CRM. What I did add, though, was what we call this total revenue roll-up field. A couple of things that you can see: it's locked, has a little calculator next to it, and it also has this refresh button or recalculate button. Right underneath it, it tells you the last date and time that it got calculated. It's automatically calculated on a daily basis, and you can determine how often it's refreshed through the settings area within CRM. But what I want to show you here is that, so if I look at if I go back to my hierarchy actually, if I click on here and say View Hierarchy, it's just another way to get to the same area. So when I click on View Hierarchy, notice I have annual revenue of $250,000, $500,000, and $300,000. When I go back to my account record, it summed those up to $1,050,000. Now, if I change any of those values and save that value, so if I change the annual revenue here to say $300,000, and then I save this, it doesn't automatically refresh this, just like the goals. Very similar to how the goals area works, is that now what you'll have is you'll have the ability to refresh this area. Once you refresh it, this is saved, and now you can see what the revenue of this hierarchy for this A-Datum Corporation. The next area and the last area that I want to show you is calculated fields. This is a nice new feature that was added in CRM 2015. Again, we could do this with previous versions of CRM, but it would have to be done through coding, through JavaScript, or some other means to accommodate this. One of the requests that we get a lot is, I want to understand when I last contacted an account or a contact, and then when is the next time I should be contacting this, this account. So right here is I just added 2 fields. One was called last contacted, and the other one is called next contact date. This last contacted, again, it can be controlled through a workflow, or there can be some automations added to automatically or dynamically set this last contacted date. I'm just doing it manually for this demonstration, so I'm just going to change this date, and I'm going to change it to the 20th. Once I change it to the 20th, I need to save this record. And now if you notice, this next contact date was 15 days later after the last contacted. So now I have a calculation on this field that says whenever last contacted is changed or modified, calculate next contact date to be 15 days later. Now this is a pretty simple calculation, but you can get more complicated with your calculations, and it can be done you can do calculations against text fields, you can do it against dates like I'm showing you here, you can do it against number fields, you can do it against currency fields. So there's a lot of flexibility that was provided or added in CRM 2015 on how to handle or manage these calculated fields. Those are the areas that I wanted to demonstrate for you in CRM 2015. There are some more enhancements and features and upgrades that we'll still review, but I'm going to go back to PowerPoint to show you those. There was some enhancements made to business rules. Now, business rules were introduced in CRM 2013. But one of the things that they did add was if-else logic. So the showing and hiding of fields was one of the main things that we used business rules for in CRM 2013. But if you showed a field using a business rule, you'd have to have a separate business rule to hide the field. Now, because you have this if-else logic, if you look at this code that's on here, it's saying if number of employees contains data, show the field to forecast 5-year employee growth. Else, if it doesn't contain data, then hide that field. So before in 2013 you had to have 2 business rules. Now they just added more flexibility that you can do more things in one. Also, same thing, this is server side. That's the same. That didn't change, but again, this is better than JavaScript, because it is server-side and it is applied when anything changes on your records. Outlook synchronization. They did add some enhancements to Outlook synchronization. So one of the things is that you can have multiple addresses on your contact record within Outlook. Now they allow you to synchronize all 3 of the Outlook contact addresses into CRM. But more than that, if you notice this screen print right here, you can actually tell the direction of what fields from Outlook into CRM, if they be bidirectional or only one directional, or if you don't want them to sync at all. Now, you cannot change what Outlook fields are being pulled, so you don't have a dynamic list of fields. So it's still a set list of fields, but now you can at least control the direction if you only want to sync from Outlook into CRM but not back, or vice versa, or if you don't want to sync a field at all. So this is a pretty important enhancement that they made, and it also shows you that they are continuing to work on and enhance the CRM Outlook to CRM client. Other items that they added was for appointments and tasks. Now within an appointment, when you sync or track an appointment, you are able to add the attachments that are along with that appointment into CRM. other thing is that you can now synchronize tasks that are within Outlook, and these tasks do not need to be assigned to a CRM user. So this does give you more flexibility to track tasks that are done outside of CRM. They did make some enhancements to the mobile client, particularly the tablet application. You are now able to go offline with the tablet, which allows you to show your data, and you can update existing records. Or sorry, you can add existing records, but you're not able to update existing records. The other thing is that now you can have multiple dashboards shown, and it can be both out of the box and custom dashboards, and you can configure what dashboards should be shown on your tablet and which dashboards should not be shown. So those were the main features and enhancements that we wanted to show you for CRM 2015. Now here's some additional information about the release schedule. It is currently available. It became available in December 2014. It is both for online and on-premise customers. For online customers, it is a customer-driven up, meaning that you can schedule when your upgrade date occurs. Lots of you on CRM Online, if not all of you, should have gotten an email from Microsoft already, just letting you know that you can schedule your update starting in March 2015. Your upgrade email for CRM Online users looks very similar to this letter here in the PowerPoint. If you have not received this email, please let us know, and we can assist you in getting your upgrade scheduled. Now, one quick point on this is that this upgrade is not as intrusive as the CRM 2011 to 2013 upgrade was. So I know that if you were a customer of Ledgeview Partners, we did do a CRM 2013 diagnostics for most of you, and that just showed you what changed, what broke, you know, big changes to the user interface between 2011 and 2013. That is not the same in 2015, meaning that they kept the same foundation and they added enhancements to it. So they kept the foundation of CRM 2013, and then they added the enhancements that we just talked about for 2015. With that, for some considerations on when to upgrade, for on-premise, there are some hardware requirements now. So you need Windows Server 2012 R2 only, and then you need SQL Server 2012. So any previous Windows Server and SQL Server are no longer supported with 2015. For both on-premise and online, you need to have Windows 7, 8, or 8.1. Those are the only operating systems that are supported moving forward. Also, you need Internet Explorer 10 or above. They still support the other browsers, and you can go online or you can ask us at Ledgeview Partners what versions of Chrome or Firefox are still supported, but it is still multi-browser. But for users that are using Internet Explorer 9 or below, those are no longer supported. Also, you will need the more current versions of Office, either 2010 or 2013. That concludes your webinar on the new enhancements of CRM 2015. You can follow us on any of these social media platforms. We will be providing blogs and additional information as the upgrades for the CRM Online clients start happening in March of 2015. But if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you.